Hey everybody, what's up? Welcome back to Cantina Hour, a live podcast by yours truly, and of course, Lauren in Hops Geek News. And well, we're having technical difficulties. First things first, Lauren is in and out. She will be back in a second. So you get to look at my wonderful, beautiful face for the moment while I share this to our social media feeds. Now, Cantina Hour, if you don't know, is sponsored by our Patreons, patreon.com/hopsgeeknews, where we chat each and every week about some fun things. We're waiting on Megan and Max to get here from the Vigilante Vibes. We're going to be talking the X-Men 97 wrap up, the finale. And so if you want to, just like, subscribe, share, all of that good stuff. And that's what we're doing right now, waiting on Lauren. So give me 1 second as I share all of this, because nothing ever goes right, as you know, on live stuff. Once you're live, you're live. All right, folks. While I wait for Lauren, we got some folks in the chat. As always, that's right, our boy Maynard Brewer. What's up, my dude? X-Men 97, yes. As always, I apologize as technical difficulties through some of our other people. So right now it's just me right here. And I'm going to tell you a little about the beer that I'm drinking to get us started, because actually, before we do that, I want to do something. It's kind of a somber moment as somebody special to the podcast. If you know, I wear Roosevelt's such as this one each and every week. Just about. It's one of my favorite brands of all time. And unfortunately, today we got news that Steven, the founder of Roosevelt's, the brand, has passed away unexpectedly. Dude, I had the chance to meet him in Seattle, and really just amazing, amazing guy. And he was young. He had to have been close to my age. And it just to hear the news that he suddenly passed away, I don't know, man. It's life is so short. You never really know how short it is until something so unexpected such as this happens. He absolutely amazing guy. He's done so much. The shirts that I wear, the community that he's built through Roosevelt's. So roosevelts.com is kind of where I get like all my shirts, man. You'll see me in Star Wars shirts. You'll see me in this Marvel shirt since we're talking X-Men. Yeah, dude, it's really tough. So if you can, go support him, go support his family. We aren't sure what's going on. Just know that shouts, prayers to his family if you're that kind of person. And yeah, man. Now, talking X-Men 97, as I kind of wait for my coworkers, let's go into the beer I'm drinking right now. And it's coming from Tripping Animals Brewery out of Florida. It's actually called the Hound of Hades. It is a sour ale with marshmallows, sweet cherry, raspberries, and boysenberries. Man, I kind of picked this because in this X-Men 97 finale, all hell kind of does break loose. It is delicious. I mean, look at this. It's chef's kiss. Tripping Animals does a lot of really cool stuff. You've probably heard us talk about them on the show so many times. Really, really great brewery. Awesome things that out of South Florida. Highly recommend checking them out if you ever get a chance. They're distributing a lot of places now. I got them here at Virginia Beach. So, dude, check them out. Now normally I can multitask. Waiting on Lauren. It's just me. It's just me. What do we do, guys? Do I dive in? Chat. Stacy's in the chat. Thanks for hanging out with us. Let's do this. You're right. X-Men 97. Let's do this. Welcome. As I said, we are going to be talking X-Men 97. We are continuing our Star Wars month on Hops Geek News. Now, find us on any podcasting platform, social media platform. Maybe Lauren's going to show up sometime soon, but X-Men 97 has recently wrapped up. There were 10 episodes on Disney Plus. It is the return of the series that blew us all the way in the 90s, like 93. It's what got me into the animated world, the animated series. And now we talked with Eric and Julia Lewald recently. You might have seen that. And man, X-Men 97 came back in a big, big, bad way. 10 episodes, all wrapped up. Season 2 is already done. So hopefully we'll be getting that next year. But man, with the cliffhanger that we are left off with, coming out of episode 9, the penultimate, if you will, is Magneto absolutely just ripping apart Wolverine straight from the comic books, man. Like, there's so many cool things, like this scene right here from the comics, like so many really good sequences straight from the comic books. This is from X-Men 25 that came out in 1993. That's where we kind of leave off, and all of the X-Men are absolutely stunned. Insanely crazy moment, because as we roll into the next portion, there's some like scene for scene comic book action going on from Charles inside of Magnus's, aka Magneto's, mind, all of that. It's just, man, it's so good. So if you're out there in the chat, let us know through Facebook and YouTube. The chat typically works best on those channels. But if you're on Twitter, hey man, shout out to everybody on Twitter. Go ahead, share with a friend. And dude, let us know what you thought about X-Men 97, because I was not expecting the cameo fest that absolutely kicked off this entire just episode. Like we pick up right where we leave off. We're absolutely all blown away. Patrick's in the chat. What's up, man? Shout out to Patrick. It is. It loves X-Men without pandering. And I'm going to throw this out to you guys real quick because I'm kind of stalling for a moment to wait for my other hosts to show up. Hopefully they can get on. There's some technical difficulties on Lauren's end, at least. But Ken, shout out to Ken real quick. That's right. We're waiting for Megan and Max and Lauren to get in. There's Lauren.
I'm on
Welcome,
my phone.
Lauren. Are you there?
I'm here, but I'm on my phone.
Oh no, she's still choppy.
I'm still choppy?
That's fine. That's fine. Lauren, what do you got to drink over there?
I have from Sideward Brewing. I have an IPA.
Oh no, she's still frozen, guys.
I'm on my phone.
Guys, Florida really is a third world country because she can't seem to get through.
Is that any better?
Oh no. It's weird. You're frozen for me, but Stacy says you look good. Like you're coming in really choppy to me, but Stacy says you look really good. I don't know. Not frozen on YouTube. So no, you keep talking and I'm just going to pretend I know what you're saying.
So I'm on my phone. I'm drinking an IPA from Sideward Brewing. You might not be able to hear me well because I don't even have headphones in here. My computer's still restarting. It's called Full Fuzz, and I kind of felt like, Magneto and Xavier.
We're good.
Magneto's was a little fuzzy in the head this episode, so that's why I chose that beer. I can't hear anything.
Hello.
I guess I'm a little laggy. Weird. Well, I'm bringing Megan into here. Lauren, you and Megan kick it off. I'm going to close out. I don't know if that'll end. Actually, that might end the stream. I don't know.
It will end.
It'll end.
We're having all sorts of technical issues because we're bringing guests in tonight. That's great.
Well, that's fun.
Son of a...
Frozen now.
Maybe I just need to shut my computer.
I mean, I tried on the Wi-Fi.
Take away that. So everybody can hear Lauren pretty well.
You can hear me. I thought I was talking to myself.
I can hear you just fine.
You're not frozen
and I can
now,
hear
and
I can hear Matt just fine too.
So Max and Megan are working on coming in. I'm having issues on my end. Weird.
Hi there.
I guess the Wi-Fi doesn't want to work tonight.
Huh. So what do we do about this situation? Oh, he's gone.
Oh, he's gone. What's up, you crazy kids? How's everybody doing?
So good.
Except for Matt, I guess.
He sounds so mad.
Why don't you have because I couldn't. I'm on my phone and I'm waiting for my computer to restart because he kept saying I was frozen. So we're just building the anticipation. Thank you guys for coming on.
Yes,
we're so excited.
No problem.
We're so excited for you guys.
Yes, there was a lot of. Usually Matt's the one that's really good at directing it, so hopefully he pops back on. But before we kick off on spoilers, do you guys each want to give your non-spoiler opinions? So for anybody who is listening, we are live. We will be spoiling X-Men 97. If you want to hear our non-spoiler thoughts real quick before you leave, we'll do that first, and then you're going to want to leave if you haven't watched it.
Yes. Spoilers ahead. Megan, do you want to go ahead?
I'm trying to share this to the group
Nothing
really
is
quick.
Absolutely working. What the hell?
Hi, Matt.
my stuff is not working.
Oh no!
Can you hear us?
Oh, see, let's fix.
You think you know a guy?
My God, we're in hell, people.
I'm just glad.
You know what's right.
Oh, goodness gracious. So, Max, what is your non-spoiler review?
of X-Men 97, the finale. I thought it was a wild ride. I loved almost every second of it, and it was fantastic.
You guys are all good on my laptop. Can you guys hear me finally?
I
Yeah.
can hear you. Can you hear us?
Yeah, my Chromebook, my Mac, my Mac over here for everybody watching. This is what I normally do my stuff on. Yeah, I guess for some reason it decided to take a dump tonight. So
Oh,
it wouldn't be a
no.
live episode if we weren't having technical difficulties. So everybody who's still hanging around, I just want to say thank you first and foremost for putting up with our nonsense because you know, we just do what we can do. But Max and Megan are here from Vigilante Vibes. They are from Nerd Initiative. So let's start off introducing you guys before we can finally talk about X-Men 97. I started talking about it, and then
I tried to do the introductions, but I just don't do it as good as you.
I think I figured, you know, I think I figured out who's behind it all. I think I know it, guys. That son of a bitch right here was behind it all.
That was a jump scare.
Ashton apparently was behind it. If you're in the chat, thanks for hanging out with us. Megan and Max, why don't you go ahead and introduce you guys, podcast, where you guys are at. Edelyn, welcome to, man, awesome. Great to see a lot of people in there. And you get to look at this face from a different angle tonight.
Wouldn't have it any other way.
I'm just saying, we're all here. We're vibing tonight, guys. So for anybody who might be on our channels, whether YouTube, whatever, why don't you guys let everybody know what your podcast is about, things you're doing, Nerd Initiative, and who you guys are first and foremost.
All right. So I guess I'll go first. Hi everyone. I'm Max Tapp. I am host of Vigilante Vibes, a Marvel podcast where we break down, digest, and spill the tea on all things Marvel, MCU, and nerd culture. We are all of the fun of the fandom with all of the nasty toxicity that you can find online, as Megan likes to say. Megan is my beautiful co-host, and we have the best time talking Marvel with everybody.
Yeah, we just finished recording just a few minutes ago, so we have that going for us. And
what were you guys talking about?
Well,
X-Men 97.
You don't have to share it. No, you guys. Oh man,
it was X-Men 97.
Awesome. It was. There's so much X-Men 97 chatter to just be.
Oh my gosh. Yes,
dude. What were your guys' initial? First of all, Lauren, you already said your beer, but what were you doing? Say it for me this time, because I don't know what you're drinking.
Is she here? Did she leave?
Did Lauren disappear again?
Is Lauren in the room with us?
Is Lauren in the room with us? What happened?
Oh wait, there she is.
There she is.
I was on my phone and I wanted to switch back to my laptop because
Guys,
I figured it must have been your Wi-Fi, not mine, and I'm over here restarting my laptop.
I promise everybody who is joining us for the first time tonight, this is literally, I know like it's a very guy thing to say, this has never happened to me before.
Sure.
Legitimately, this has never happened to us before. Everything runs smooth, but it's because we got two fantastic guests who are our partners in crime. We've been on their podcast. Megan and I did some banger panels at GalaxyCon Richmond. Max unfortunately had to work and didn't get to hang out with us when I was down there in Orlando, but it's okay because we are the four horsemen of your X-Men 97 apocalypse. So
love it.
Initial thoughts, man. Let's talk some initial thoughts. What were your guys' first thoughts about this finale?
Banger, an absolute banger. First of all, well, I was kind of disappointed. We didn't get to see Rogue.
Rogue. Yes, you're right. Rogue was not in a robe. Damn it.
I'm just so tired. We didn't get to see Storm pop off. That's what I was expecting.
Yeah, you know, we didn't there were some characters in this final episode that I thought were gonna have big moments that kind of didn't. Like Storm was one of them. Wolverine kind of they teased a big moment. He got kind of a big moment. But
they just keep shelving him.
Yeah, Ken also, real quick shout out to Ken. How did everybody breathe in space? Great question.
I wanted the same thing.
Dude,
I wanted the same thing.
As soon as I saw Jubilee floating in space, I was like, son of a bitch. This is what's going to
be happen.
Over and over.
I know. You know what's it's crazy though. It's a good thing that you said that, Matt, because Storm totally was kicked to the side in the last couple episodes after she went through this whole arc of getting her powers back and she barely used them. I was like, where's Storm's moment? We got a random Phoenix, but no Storm. What the hell?
They were like, oh, Aurora's back. She got her moment. she's back, man, she's powerful than ever, and then she just kind of is like there.
I know. I was like, what the hell?
Yeah.
Sure, I guess. Like that's
Makes
great.
me think she's gonna be busy next season.
Especially with no jumping ahead a little bit, the fact that everybody's now spread out throughout time makes you wonder a little bit where they're going.
Actually, I had a theory why she was been so quiet. So everyone's been building up. They've been building up this huge storm story, and we're like, oh, she's gonna pop off. But what happens the day before this episode comes out? It comes out that Storm is going to join the X-Men in the From the Ashes comics. So they leave everyone blue balls, but then give you that. And it's like they're trying to get you to read the comics.
It's just like Taylor Swift's going to be Dazzler. So they got the Dazzler series coming out.
Bitch.
I think you're going to have a lot of first-time comic book readers.
I'm all about Dazzler is back and, not back, but hey, Taylor Swift. Finally, I can see Taylor Swift live without having to pay $1 million.
Oh my god!
Lauren, what were your first thoughts about this episode? Because I know, that's kind of funny. Like, me and Max and I are like, let's go,
Die Hard,
let's
go.
But Lauren,
love that for you, hate that for me.
For this episode, Max and I are going to start a whole Taylor Swift podcast. By the way, just want to let you guys know.
Well, when you do her old school episode or old school songs, I'm down for that. So when I'm watching this, like throughout this, I'm like, this is not a show for children. Like there were such intense moments and so many things that I feel like it was so fast paced with the action and the story that I feel like I can't imagine even my 11-year-old following that. But I mean, I thought it was great from beginning to end. My only complaint was the lack of Wolverine, but I knew that was going to happen. I knew they just keep taking every chance they can to bench Wolverine because everything else is so Wolvie focused that they're just going to pull him back. But I feel like they've really gone too far the other way. And I'm very concerned that the next season he's going to do his Wolverine thing and just get on his bike and ride away like he does in the comics because he's no good to the X-Men like this.
I'm hurt.
Come on, Morph. My
he's using Morph's like, can I please turn back from Jean Grey? And he's like, no.
Oh my, it's like Homelander Jean's with Madeline Stillwell.
Jean's missing. I need some cuddles at night. Okay, I'm still healing.
I did really like the moment where Cyclops whispered to him, "Don't break her heart, Logan," because he knew that him dying would break his wife's heart. Damn. And I really loved the Morph moment too, because we all knew how they felt about him, and I was happy that they got their moment, and I thought it was very sweet, and I think that Wolvie needed to hear that. So I am glad we didn't completely ignore him, but I will say Wolverine.
And as well was like his skeleton, like, is it just on the floor? What they do with like this adamantium, like, let's just patch you back. He's like, we're just gonna patch you back up, all right, bud. We'll get you later.
They better scoop that up. That's like very expensive metal right there.
Exactly.
Right? You got some poor person coming through the asteroid, like, hey, that's groceries for like a year right here.
Wolverine's ribcage for sale.
Avocado.
And we don't know where they are. But somebody in the Discord had a good theory that maybe they were in Japan, and I would love that.
That's true. We don't really know where they are.
We don't. That's a good point. But going through this episode, man, before we get to kind of where our theories are and where they're at, this episode was action-packed. I mean, Bastion was out here. One thing I absolutely loved was like the two groups kind of got their times to shine in different ways, I guess. Like Jean brought the Phoenix back. Like the Phoenix was a friend we've made along the way. And she makes Sinister beg for his life. Sinister was like, please, no. And I feel like that was a really fitting end for Sinister, who's just been like this thorn in their side the whole time.
Since season 1 of the 92 one, Sinister was like the post-credit scene in season 1.
Sinister came off as such a bitter little bitch who just wanted to be like Bastion, and it was just so wild. And I mean, I get it, but come on, Sinister, you're Mr. Sinister. You gave us Maddie the baddie. Get it together.
That's true.
You know what my thing was this with that, I love the little dig that Morph kind of like twisted the knife, was like, oh, you've always just been this ugly, and that was that to me. Like, I live for that.
He's like, no, you look the same to me.
I know.
Oh my god.
Dude,
exactly. I love
that. In this final, like, Cable was basically like, yeah, say hi to your mom, Bastion. And then Morph was like, this is just how you always look. And he's like, no. no.
Right? He like ran away like such a little like no. That was just wild to me. But I will say I didn't. That part of the episode with the Phoenix to me, I didn't like that part because I felt like I felt like that should have been Storm's moment. Like she should have been the one that took down Bastion. She should have been the one that after all of this buildup of her getting her powers back, I felt that Storm got shafted. She should have had that big moment. I felt that the Jean Phoenix Force thing was such an easy like just cop out. Like where I thought she had gotten rid of the Phoenix Force. Didn't we already establish
They brought
that?
it back and then it disappeared immediately when she was done. It was like, oh, the Phoenix Force was there the whole time, and then just the Phoenix Force is gone, but it was there. That one part was kind of for me was like, no, wait a minute.
Well, I wonder if some of them they're throwing things in there like, hey, if you want to know more about it, go watch the old one. Like, I wonder if they're trying. I mean, the one guy that was writing on it would even say, "This is your homework for this week. Go watch these episodes." So I do wonder if some of that was just little like, nods to the past to connect it more.
Yeah,
I do.
I just feel like logically, I felt the Phoenix Force was such an easy thing. Like it was just too easy for them to just be like, oh, the Phoenix Force is back. You know what I mean? Like it was just an easy cop out for them.
It's like Batman in prep time.
Holy,
yeah,
that's what it is. Oh my God, that's what it is.
I did love Rogue going full like hell hath no fury, like a woman scorned. I loved all of that.
Oh, his name is Gambit. Remember it.
Yes.
Oh, and didn't he also say that like right before he died? He's like, you'll remember my name.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It was a nice little callback to that. And she kicked his ass, which was the best. And she was not holding back.
No.
I did see theories that Gambit is setting up to become like the one of the Horsemen of the Apocalypse.
100%.
Oh,
dude.
yeah.
With that end credit scene, there's no denying that.
Dude.
That was his card. That was his burnt card. And it was
to.
Apocalypse calling to his children.
I
Yes.
don't know if I'm ready to see Gambit. Like I love Gambit. I don't know if I'm ready to see him in that light yet, but it's gonna be so badass, like the tarot cards and everything like that. Like,
oh man,
yeah.
Oh my
I
goodness.
can't. Ooh, I forgot about the tarot card. That's gonna be so dope. Oh my god.
And then you want to talk about another woman who's whooping ass in this episode, Jubilee. I like the whole like, what are you gonna do? 4th of July me to death? And she's like, oh, like I've never heard that one before.
That was funny.
And then she messed my man up hardcore.
I feel like she
She's
never
come such a long
gets
way.
the credit she deserves because, she was pretty fucking useless in the animated series. But then this one,
Exactly.
she's mentoring Sunspot, who actually said his name this episode. She's kicking ass wherever she can, and people still say she's useless. It's like, what else does she need to do?
I think they just benched her in the past because she was a child, and I actually
she was a child.
I mean, talking
that.
with Erica and Julia, that does make sense.
Yeah, because they even said they're like, we didn't want to put her in harm's way because she was a child, and now she started this season turning 18, so it's nice to see that.
Oh, that makes sense.
And
she used that new power she learned from her future self from when we learned about this earlier in the season. That was cool.
I do like how everything kind of ties back together because I know that like Storm didn't get her moment necessarily, but I feel like that's setting her up for season 2 to be more of a, because she's going to be more of a prominent role, I think, because you got to wrap up the whole Jean and Scott like that. They were the main focal point was Jean and Scott, and then the whole thing was Magneto kind of taking over the X-Men. And I really loved that Professor Xavier was in his mind and the whole thing of like their sentimental moment within there. And the whole thing between them was like, dude, you can only hurt somebody if you're in their heart. And I was like,
I like
damn, that line was so good. What do you guys think about like Professor X coming back and that whole kind of sequence of events inside Magneto's mind?
So I was telling Megan this earlier, and she came around on it, and she started agreeing with me.
Did Megan hate it at first?
No. Wait a minute. So this is where I was going with this. So the whole time I was watching this thing they were doing inside of Magneto's mind. I kept getting this vibe from them, and this like really weird, like almost sexual tension. I kept
like, are they gonna fuck or what?
Something.
There was a scene like those two close by. I don't have it. There was a scene where they're like face to face, and you're just like,
I was like,
do it. Oh,
like the first scene of this episode, they're in the bar, and I was like, this has the same energy that you're on a first date, and you know the other person's gonna get lucky tonight. That was the vibe, and I hope they did. I'm down for it.
Are we using mutants as some sort of euphemism right now?
Hey, I mean, that's what it felt like.
That is what it felt like. And I felt like they intentionally do a lot of that stuff with racism and homophobia regularly. So that was right where my head went with it. Yeah.
That's why I like the X-Men, especially this so much, because there's a lot of those undertones, but like they play on the whole bigger thing. And yeah, like I agree with Clayton, like Xavier and Eric are the most toxic couple ever.
That's fair.
Oh, Clayton.
I mean, they beat, Harley Quinn and Joker by a mile as far as toxic couples. Like,
There's
Wolf.
different levels of toxic. Harley
Depends on
Quinn
the
and
day.
Joker, they're, pretty abusive. Then you have Eric and Xavier just blowing up the world to get attention from the other to stop a
That's
marriage in
true.
space.
But like Professor
Different.
Xavier's out there getting married to who? No. I'm gonna take his
not on
school,
my watch.
and then I'm gonna entirely just magnetize the entire
See-
Earth. He's
Yeah,
gonna
see,
make
we're putting
it.
We're putting it all on Magneto, but Xavier was in space about to get married. He's like, Bastion put my man in a Speedo on a wooden X. Oh, I'm going down. Oh, and for my
He was
kids
like,
That's
too.
my
He said,
job.
that
he
one-
said Magnus
yeah, that
wouldn't even
one
try
guy.
this with me. What the hell?
He's wearing a leash collar.
Megan, I think it was you that posted the 10 things I hate about you. Like, if they own black underwear, that means they don't have sex someday. I lost my mind laughing at that because I had just watched that movie with one of my.
Okay, but I feel like we
It's a
all
classic.
brushed
It's a
aside that
classic.
fact from that episode where Magneto's just literally hanging up and like,
Just
because Magneto went to that ball at Genosha, like he was gonna get some that night from Rogue. Like first of all, he wore his like bang me panties.
His finest.
first.
his best lingerie.
He
See,
wore his
I don't
finest
know.
silk
His
underwear.
finest.
I don't know because he was fully clothed when Bastion was shaving him. And then the next time we see
Creepily.
him, someone put a leash collar on him. He's all furry again, just how Bastion likes it. And he's wearing these little Speedo. He's Speedo Magneto.
We
And
don't kink shame first of all
yes.
here. We do
Oh,
not
we don't
kink
kink
shame on
shame.
this podcast.
we don't
I was
kink
all
shame.
for it, to be honest with you. I thought it was like, okay, here we go.
What do you guys think Magneto's safe word is?
Not for kids.
Oh my God. Magneto's safe word.
That's a
Oh.
Charles.
I
He
don't
calls
wanna
it. He
say.
calls
I
out
was gonna
Charles.
say. I
I
think
was
I gonna
gonna-
say like wheelchair or something, but I don't know.
Oh, I was going to say like Holocaust. You guys are way ahead of me.
Oh,
Whoa.
Jesus
Whoa, Megan was worse than me.
Words-
Good.
Just a word he'd never want to say.
Christ. Whoa.
Just a
Stay-
word he.
Megan.
I don't think I understand the safe word thing.
Megan,
I don't
I have,
think so
I have
either.
a really important question, Megan. So, like, where were you on January 6th?
Oh.
Well,
Hmm.
moving on. So, what did you guys think about the cameos?
Oh my gosh, they
Aw,
just kept getting
man.
better. and
Oh,
better.
the cameos. We
Cloak
have
and
so many cameos.
Dagger.
Blew my mind.
Yeah.
We got Peter and MJ.
Flash. There's Flash back there.
Daredevil.
Yes.
Oh, there
Daredevil.
were Flash is back there.
Yep,
Daredevil.
they just
Eyebrows.
gave us. They just gave us the cast for the new Spider-Man show they're going to announce.
Did they? Oh.
Hope so.
Wait.
Yeah,
did I miss
so.
because you have Mary.
Yes.
We saw Spider-Man, Peter Parker, Mary Jane, and Flash.
Yes.
Oh,
And they
first-
And
threw, like
closure.
Daredevil was with Spider-Man. I feel like he flew
Yes.
through the window right next to them.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Magneto's word is
yeah.
Gambit. Oh, that's sad.
Aw.
Hey, shout out to my
That's
mom,
a little
real quick,
twisted.
who knows nothing about X-Men but is here to support us tonight. you.
Aw.
Aww.
Hi, Matt's
But yeah.
mom.
Hi, Matt's
The,
mom.
Dude, the cameos in this were insane. Doctor Strange is performing surgery. I
My
think this is
favorite.
Oh,
great.
oh,
That
because
was so cool.
it
With-
explains
Major
perfectly. Like,
surgery.
yeah, well, it explains perfectly. Like, well, where are the heroes at when all this X-Men stuff's going on? It's like, well, Doctor Strange is still performing surgery. Peter
But
Parker's
he's
just trying to have
performing
a.
surgery with magic because the power's out.
Well, his hands don't work either.
Well, and there's a
Oh.
candle.
And
There was
he's
a
still
candle.
wearing
I
a
didn't see the
hat.
candle.
I didn't see the candle either. I was too focused on.
Yeah, I didn't
everything,
notice
I
but,
that
didn't pick
either.
that up on my own. I watched the heavy spoilers thing after.
Best
and
cameo, I agree. Cloak
can't
and
take
Dagger.
credit for that.
Romantic candlelit surgery, I
No,
guess.
best-
Magic surgery.
Best cameo was Scarlet Witch twice. We got her
Oh,
twice in
yeah.
this episode.
They're off-world
So-
apparently. Her and Quicksilver.
She's
which is
off-world,
very
and then-
interesting.
Then we saw
Hmm.
Quicksilver, Scarlet Witch, and Polaris all together,
Polaris
and
killed me.
Magneto's kids.
Yeah, that's true. Leave the mothers out of this. First and foremost, Dorothy Mantooth is a saint. All right. Nobody is taking her out to a nice seafood dinner and never calling her again. I would do that to Bastion's mom, though.
The Sunspots mom, don't even get me started.
Oh, dude.
Oh,
Nina. Oh gosh.
She
She's
just
the
completely-
worst.
But the cameos.
She's like a cliche
she really was.
toxic mother.
Like, as long as
Oh.
you didn't go flaunting it and telling everybody, it's like, what?
I think
Right.
it's safe
At
to
first
say
you thought she was gonna
that
be supportive.
She was
I think
sick.
it's safe to say that the creators of X-Men have parent issues because there's like a lot of them. Mommy issues, daddy issues all over the board.
Oh
That's
yeah.
I mean, who doesn't?
Almost.
Like, that's a good story.
Like-
You're not creating good content
Fair.
unless you have
Like, I
parent
get
issues
it.
of your own.
It's relatable.
Look, guys, all right.
Yeah.
Lauren, did you have a favorite cameo?
I think mine was Cloak and Dagger because I didn't expect it. So they
Yeah.
kind of came out of left field for me.
That's true. Disney in general does very much have parent issues. Mufasa died in front of us all when we
What?
were,
Spoilers.
spoiler alert, 30 years on. But
Spoilers.
6-year-old me watched Mufasa die to a stampede, and it was all downhill from there. And then you had to continuously watch Nemo's mom die.
Bambi.
And, you know, really, Bambi's dead. And Up.
Not Bambi.
Carl-
Bambi's mom.
Carl's
Bambi
wife?
said,
Oh,
"What
dude.
was that?"
Up was.
Oh, you're right.
horrible.
Bambi's not dead. Bambi isn't a horror movie where Bambi gets revenge.
Yeah.
Carl from Up
I forgot about
is
that.
spending his life happy, and then his wife dies, and you're just like,
Oh, that was rough.
was not
Up
prepared for that.
changed me as a
That was
person.
rough.
if it
Frozen
didn't
lost
change you.
both their parents.
That's true. And
Yeah.
sisters, like they lost each other for a while, and then Anna almost died to a toxic relationship. What is wrong with Disney? What is Marvel Disney? They got like superheroes.
So-
Disney
Like, what
loves
are we
that.
doing?
I don't know what
Well,
it is. It's-
Disney started doing it because when his parents died, he felt responsible. So then he wanted to make movies that he could have kids who lost their parents relate to. And then I think they just took it too far because then all of a sudden, all the
Yeah.
kids who still have parents are like, "Well, I can't relate to this."
He said,
I
if
swear-
I can't be happy, not a single kid in this world's going to be
Well, I don't know how
happy.
many people know he bought his parents a house and they died of like carbon monoxide
Grandma from
poisoning or something.
Encanto.
So they died in the house.
didn't
So
know
he
that.
felt responsible for their, even though it wasn't his fault at all, obviously.
Yeah.
So that was
Lauren just knows things.
supposedly.
Lauren's
I know
a-
things I
just a
shouldn't
fountain of
know,
wisdom.
probably. Of useless wisdom.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
that
I never knew that
is-
was why.
Well, speaking of tragic parents dying, how about that scene where Jean and Scott visit Cable, who after
Oh my
he
gosh.
got his arm ripped
Oh.
off and beaten with it, and they visit him, and they're basically like, "You have my eyes," and you finally see Scott's eyes for the first time, and then you're just like, "Dang!" Like Cable's this hard up badass, and he's just like, "Damn, that's like that was a very sentimental scene for me, like
Yeah.
crazy."
Yeah.
So I actually watched this at Starbucks because I had to drop my daughter off and then pick her up an hour later to take her to the dentist. So I'm like, I'm just gonna go to Starbucks. I can watch Uninterrupted. I'm like, oh my god, am I gonna start crying in Starbucks? I need to get it together.
Why am I crying in a Starbucks right
I
now?
was tearing up. I was like, "Who's cutting onions in here? This is ridiculous. This is an animated show. Why am I crying?"
And it's not
Oh,
even the first
man.
time this season. I mean, obviously
I
Gambit
know.
was a punch to the gut, man.
Ugh.
Boy, if
Gambit
you
was
think we're
awful.
depressing, Mom, you should watch some Disney movies.
You'll love them. There's
You're
a,
gonna love
the
them.
thing-
Isn't Old Yeller Disney?
Craziness.
I think that's Disney.
I once saw
I
a
think it
kid
is.
say,
I've never
"No,
seen
Ma,
Old Yeller.
Yeller's my dog,"
I
and
haven't
shoot
seen it
his
either.
dog.
you guys have never seen Old Yeller?
No,
I've
but I
never
knew what
seen it.
happened, so I think I'm good.
Oh. Yeah, I'm
What
good
about, like,
on
Marley
emotional
and-
trauma things.
It hits different once you watch
It
it,
does.
but okay.
No, Ma, Yeller's my dog.
And when he saves them, when he saves the kids
Lauren and I
from those
refuse.
hogs.
I've gone this long. I think I'm okay.
Is there anything? Hold
We're
on,
good.
I know we're like,
Like when
off
people
topic,
want me
like,
to do real drugs. I've gone this long without doing them. I'm good.
We are
Yeah.
like overall talking.
I'll just read the
X-Men,
Wikipedia
but
page.
Is
There
there
you go.
anything more depressing than like a movie that flaunts about a dog and a happy family, and then it turns out the dog fucking dies? Like Marley and Me with Owen Wilson, I will never
Okay.
recover from.
Marley and Me, though, okay, it's like when people complain about The Notebook, how The Notebook's so sad. No, it's not sad. That is your happily ever after ending. That is how
They were
that
old
worked
together.
out.
That's not sad. They grew old.
Exactly. But this
Yeah.
dog lived a great life and died of old age with
Oh,
a
boy.
great family. So it is a similar comparison.
Homeward
yeah.
Bound. Homeward Bound is another
Oh,
good one. Those poor
that's a
animals.
fantastic
And then the
one.
one dog had all the porcupine needles in his
Aw,
nose.
Chance.
Aww.
Ridiculous.
I need to make my
Speaking of
kids watch
death,
that.
Speaking of deaths, like Megan and I were really surprised there wasn't a big death in this episode. We were really expecting
Yes.
an X-Men death or someone to die.
Well, I guess Wolverine kind of did. He was fridged the
No,
whole
he
season.
didn't. He's still alive.
He's breathing. He's moaning in his hospital bed for more. So I don't think
Logan
so.
is busy having some wet dreams right now about Morph touching him as Jean Grey. But you're right. I thought for sure somebody was going to die.
Absolutely.
I thought Cable might have bitten the dust, but then I was like, no, that doesn't really make sense in the grand scheme of things. And
That
then I
would
was
be
like,
terrible.
I don't know who I would have picked because I guess they already did their big death with Gambit. So I wasn't sure like who else they would have
that's true.
picked. I do love that Hank showed up in like the Sentinel suit and like the whole gangs in the
Oh,
Sentinel
yeah.
suit.
Oh, and he
We're
like
just like,
he said something
yes.
about Greek tragedy or something.
yes, he's like, Greeks
Trojan
love
horse.
horses and
Yeah,
coincidentally irony. And I was like, oh my gosh.
I love Beast. I just
That
love
was another
Beast's little-
moment.
Little historical one-liners. Oh.
Based.
But that was more proof of like this is not a child's show. Like that joke would have gone over every single child's head.
Oh,
But
yeah.
I just thought that was fantastic.
It was
I did
legitimately
too.
great. Yeah, with like the whole Trojan horse, all that. Dude, Beast is a
And
champ.
Bastion was like, I got you guys. Look, my Sentinels are here. And they're like, just kidding. It's us. And I was
He's
like,
like, haha, my team is here. And then
Like,
here comes Beast being like, stop.
I know. It's like eyes hanging out. Bastion's eyes just hanging out of his socket. I was like, oh my God.
Bastion's
Did
over
he-
here like a psychopath, like Two-Face
Ugh.
over here, like,
The
curse.
jump
really
scares
does
Matt.
look like Two-Face.
He does. Wow. I just realized that's a good connection, guys. Good connection.
Yeah, I didn't notice that either. Oh my.
Wait, what did you say?
Bastard got uglier and
looks like
uglier
nothing.
every time.
Oh,
Yeah, and he wasn't a bad looking
did.
dude to begin with.
No,
No,
Maybe
he
for
because
a,
his
wasn't.
personality got uglier and uglier. Oh, we
Oh.
get two Mats.
I know, I'm switching back, guys. Wait a
Madeline
second.
Pryor just came through.
I don't know which.
And he's muted.
Here we go. It looks like I'm back.
Yeah.
I'm back on the big computer, maybe. All right, we're good.
those
Are we all
magical.
frozen now?
Oh, no,
Oh,
I
it's
can't
not
hear everybody
dangerous.
because I'm not plugged in.
Okay, everyone talk shit right now.
Oh, no.
I can't believe he did that.
I can't believe his
That
hat is
hat.
backwards.
Why is
What a
he wearing? I
loser.
know who
Yeah.
wears a
Looks
backwards
like he
hat
smells.
these days.
I don't like his
Aren't they
tattoos.
12?
Yes.
Hey,
I love my tattoos. Why would you say that?
Oh, shit.
We were
Heard that
just
one.
trying to, like, we were trying to tell Max, like, calm down. Matt's our friend, and he's like, "Fuck him."
Oh,
That's true. That's true.
Gaslight
I heard that too.
Queen.
I had heard
What
that
kind of
too.
grown man has that many Legos?
Okay, so I know we're talking about that
Sorry,
again.
Sorry,
I know
I
we're
turned
talking about
this-
X-Men. However, there was a guy on TikTok today. Okay, go down this tangent with me, if you will. There's a guy on
Okay.
TikTok, grown-ass man. He's one of those prepper types, if you right.
Oh.
And so I just laughed. He
Is it my
pretended.
husband?
No. It's one of those,
Mom
like, he
coming through.
has a gun, he has like a helmet, he has his vest, and I just like laughed. I was like, this is hilarious. And so he found one of my Lego videos on TikTok and started being like, you're a grown man who plays with Legos. Ha 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 ha. And I was like, that's your big haha moment. Like, I'm a grown.
But if you're on his algorithm, you're not the only Lego video he's probably watching.
Well, I mean, he showed
Great
up on mine,
point.
and I was like, first of all, like, why is this guy on mine? Like, I can tell you where I was at on January 6th, and it wasn't at the Capitol. That's for sure. It wasn't with this guy. That's for damn sure. But yeah. Anyways, he's very strong Bastion vibes from this guy. Very big pretender, sinister vibes, if you will. The guy was a pretender the whole way. But man, this season though was good. Let's talk about the elephant in the room. Boom.
Wolverine.
Everybody, no, Lauren, let it go. Everybody is now spread out across time. We have some folks in ancient Egypt. Who is that man in ancient Egypt when they all decide to like stop fighting? Because you got like everybody's there, and it's En Sabanur. And do you know who that is? That's Apocalypse. For those of you guys who don't know, Apocalypse is here.
I love that
I
they're
was
not
just
even
surprised.
subtle. Like they're like, we don't know
I
where
know.
we are, but we're gonna go ahead and just cause chaos and just
Let's just fight these
intervene
people.
yeah,
Yeah, Rogue's
Ro-
like,
Rogue's
I know.
like, I'm in the mood to fight.
I know,
Yeah,
like
I know.
Rogue-
gotta like shake off that energy.
she sees people fighting, and the first thing she thinks of is to kick their ass. It's like, well, what if they were sparring?
Well, it's
She's
like,
just in the mood. She's
like
just in
Rogue
the
is
mood to
like,
fight.
I know I'm a guest at your house, but I'm gonna flip your kitchen table. Like, girl, calm down. It's
Fuck
cool.
your
But
couch.
what if freaking ride or die Nightcrawler just jumps in and it's like, okay, let's do this. We're doing this.
I need a friend like Nightcrawler. Like I am that
We
friend.
all
If
need
I
a
see somebody,
Nightcrawler.
jumping
That
in,
family love
I'm
was so
in.
beautiful.
Drops him.
I'm in. Like
Yeah.
that's me. If I see somebody messing with Lauren or whatever, like throughout the podcast or shit talk, that's me. I'm jumping right in. I'm feisty. I'm
Oh,
not-
I think
I'm
we
like,
talked about that when we were on because you guys asked how we handle trolls, and Matt's like, well,
Yeah.
if it's towards Lauren, then
I'll throw hands all
I
day every
know.
day.
I am
Megan
the
throws
exact
hands for
same way about
me.
Max. every day, all the time.
I'm so
I love it.
blessed. So blessed.
Like any of my friends,
we
man.
did it earlier today.
I'm coming
Yeah, I
in
did it
hard.
today.
Oh,
It's
you did?
same.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
I
It
know.
was on
It was
Twitter.
kind of similar to your TikTok thing, but it was just
Let
some
me know
like
who it
weird,
is. I'm winding
some
up. I'm ready to
weirdo.
go.
Yeah, some weirdo who was talking trash about me because I was excited about the cameos in the show and quote tweeted my tweet saying like, oh, see, people only care about the cameos in Flash. They don't care about the actual narrative. And I'm like,
Oh, that's ridiculous.
What? Suck me up.
If
Like,
you weren't
I'm
excited about the cameos, then I feel like
But
you
the
weren't paying
cameos
attention.
show us like what these other characters are doing and why they can't also respond to this event right now. Like it makes
That's
Right?
it. Yes.
If
You're
they're
always
the
like-
focal
Up for the
points.
future.
yeah, if you're always looking and reading a comic or watching a show, you're like, well, why isn't Iron Man over here helping fight Magneto? It's like, well, first of all, he's made of iron, so stupid.
And
Second of all, like, he's at the president's office with Cap doing.
Like, he's
Presidential
made of
shit.
iron. Meanwhile, Wolverine's like right there.
That's true.
I
Wolverine's
know.
like Wolverine thinks he can't die, so I feel like that's his other like.
He also wants to die.
Yeah.
That's another trait of Wolverine. He doesn't
Meanwhile-
think he's worthy of living.
Exactly,
True.
Well, he
Tony
did.
Stark doesn't.
He
Very true.
did almost get his wish, so we're that,
very
that
close.
close.
Now he's got a
Poor
second
guy.
wish.
The whole
kind of.
time I watched that, I was like,
Morph.
"Oh, Lauren, no."
I
My
knew it
first
was
thought
coming
too.
though. I mean,
Yeah.
we talked about the comic last night on
I
Nerd
mean, the
Initiative.
comic, yeah, like boom, right there. There he is, ripped to pieces. Like,
Yep.
Man, I
It's
thought that was
straight out of a
such
comic
sick
book.
storyline.
well, like when
I-
Xavier like got into Magneto's mind and like for real that time, that was ripped straight from the comic that we talked about last night as well. And I thought that was really well done.
Cool.
That they pulled straight from the pages. It was amazing.
What was interesting
love
though
that.
in the comic, when Xavier goes into his head, for one, he needs Phoenix's help, but I feel like he didn't hear because he didn't have that exoskeleton on. So Xavier was at full capacity with his brain powers.
Mhm.
But in the comic, he's out for blood. He's doing whatever
Yeah.
he can to take down Magneto. Whereas in the cartoon, he's still trying to reason with him and play
Yeah.
to his humanity and his vulnerabilities. So I thought that was an interesting twist on the comic that I do think made sense for the cartoon.
Right. I agree with
Yeah.
that too. I do
Yeah.
agree with that. I like how it wrapped up because then Magneto was like, "I am Magneto," and he basically saves the day from.
I am
the asteroid.
Magneto.
Well, he was. He was like, "I am Magneto," and then the asteroid disappeared. But then you're not really sure who did it. And now we got baby Nathan
Yeah.
shows up, or adolescent Nathan shows up. because-
Teenage, I think
Mhm.
teenage Nathan.
yeah,
Teenage
he's going
Nathan.
through all sorts of teenage kid problems, and you're basically like everybody's. I didn't think they would do Apocalypse, honestly. Like I was swerved. I did not see Apocalypse coming. What about you guys?
I thought Onslaught
didn't
was
expect
going to
that.
be a problem.
Exactly.
But-
I
think we all
Yeah,
thought
same.
Onslaught was
Same.
right.
think
That seemed like an
Onslaught
actual
will-
next step.
I think he will be eventually.
I think next
I don't-
season we're gonna
yeah.
get some Onslaught. Like some repercussions of Professor X being so intrusive in people's minds all the time are gonna come.
Yeah,
from
like
that
mind
whole
your
thing.
business. I would be livid if get out of my brain. Like,
Yeah, I'm
I
sorry
know
to
you
give
can
up
do all
Professor X
that.
is a villain.
Private thoughts. Imagine you're just sitting there minding your own business, and all of a sudden you hear Professor Xavier be like, "Straight to horny jail," and you're just
I
like,
know, it's like, I see you.
"What in the world? Come on!" Oh, Anthony was calling Apocalypse ever since Gambit died. All right. I honestly didn't. I thought
can't-
Onslaught. I did
I
not see
can
this one
confirm
coming.
that he did say Apocalypse like 5 weeks
Dude,
ago.
shout out to Anthony then. Hell yeah. That's
Yeah.
my
I
guy.
know.
Like,
I mean, it's kind of like when you look at the entire thing as a whole, including the original series, it's only natural since they kind of finished up Sinister's, like the tidbits they were dropping on Sinister in the last season of the animated series, and now they're gonna finally kind of wrap up Apocalypse's storyline. It makes sense, but I didn't anticipate this. But what I want to kind of talk to you guys about and see what your opinions are is like how did they end up back in time, and did anyone else get a Kang vibe from what was going on?
Yes,
Because I
when
have
we-
theories.
when we went to
Oh.
Egypt, my first thought was Kang. I was like,
Ramatat,
oh,
right?
yes,
Mhm.
that was my first thought. I was like, oh shit, we got Kang. I thought we did away with Kang. This must have been pre-Jonathan Majors
Wow.
bullshit with Bo DeMeo and and then when it came
Mhm.
out that it wasn't Kang, but I was like, I'm not so sure it's not in some regard because I don't know who
That
it
was-
would be.
That was still Ramatut's place though. So like
I
It
thought
looked, it was
yeah.
his palace, and it had the same like circular markings that we see like associated with Kang a lot, like especially like in Ant-Man and Quantumania. And Kang appeared in the original animated series in that one episode where they're in that nexus of time. He appeared. I'm like, is this how they're kind of tying that in? Like, is this going to be a Kang thing? Like, and they're bringing in Apocalypse. Like, I was so happy with all that.
Yeah, see, I'm glad I'm not the only one because my first thought was, dude, this is Kang. And then when they didn't show Kang, I was like, well, that's weird. And then they showed Apocalypse. I was like, what? Huh?
Yeah.
See, my head went to Apocalypse first. But the Kang thing, I'm surprised I didn't think of that. But yeah, I think Kang's just been off my radar for so long now. But that makes complete sense. I'd love for them to tie that in. And I mean, I know this is totally out there and in the present day, but I want some more Moon Knight. I'd love for there
Yes.
to
Oh,
be some sort of
Yes.
Dude,
Oh,
connection
hell
to that.
yes.
the
My
fact that we
favorite.
haven't seen any Moon Knight appear since the show is kind of a travesty because
And
Oscar,
Total travesty.
the show was great. And Oscar Isaac himself is such a great casting. Like, what are we doing right now?
Well, I mean,
When
we've
we got
gotten
that-
hints. We've gotten
Yeah.
hints like in Loki
Yeah.
season 2 when they were listening to the same podcast as him.
True.
Yeah,
That's true.
Deadpool's
Well, when
gonna
they
have
did-
some
when we
Deadpool Wolverine.
saw Ramatut in the end of Quantumania or wherever we saw him, like I thought that there was
Yeah.
going to be a connection to there. I'm like, they just dropped a show based on Egyptian mythology. How can they not?
And then they did.
And they hinted at Ramatut in Moon Knight too, so it's like they're building towards it. I think it's gonna come eventually.
I think the whole thing probably with Jonathan Majors must have ruined their plans or something. But
Yeah.
Oh, for sure.
do you guys think that they are going to have Kang in Apocalypse fight? Anthony was asking. Like, I
So that
wonder.
should be fun.
I would be so down for that. I think
And
it'd be pretty
X-Men, I think it
badass.
could definitely happen.
Why not at this
Anything
point?
could
I
happen in
think-
I
X-Men
love it.
97.
I think there will be 2 villains like there was this season, Sinister and
There can
Bastion.
only be one.
But that doesn't
Mm.
but that doesn't mean they're necessarily going to be fighting each other. I think they're going to have the X-Men are going to have to fight both.
Oh, you think they're gonna have to team up
That-
to fight?
But
Yeah.
selfishly, I want them to. I want them to fight each other just because. I mean, it seems like the I can't remember how they pronounce the Apocalypse's real name, but Apocalypse, pre-Apocalypse seems like he's not a villain yet.
And
It seems
Saba
to be
Nur.
like- And Saba Nur,
Yeah.
thank
Yes,
you. It
I'm
seems like
glad
that
to hear.
version is not bad yet. So maybe he will fight Kang.
Well,
Mama Tech.
that's true. Because then we see
True.
the final version, if you will, of Apocalypse in Genosha,
Mhm.
kind of standing there like my
Ooh.
children, and you're just like, oh
Well,
man, you get to.
Well, shit, does that mean Gambit's going to be a villain too?
Yeah,
that-
if he's one of the horsemen of the
so.
apocalypse, he's a bad
So then
guy.
if
Yeah.
there could possibly be 3.
Yeah. Or maybe they're like a part of Apocalypse's team, I'm guessing,
Yeah.
like kind of like his a horseman. I was telling Megan though, I have a theory that we will be getting a Goblin Queen resurrection as well. If he's up there
Oh.
resurrecting dead mutants, why not?
Yep,
Pryor's there.
I mean,
you're right.
I would expected her to somehow
Yeah,
be
she was
not dead
quick.
anyways. I thought she
Yeah.
was going to be the one to kind of come back and save Nathan and things like that. First of all,
Mm,
shout out, guys.
that
I
would've
just
been dope.
you guys have to take a second to recognize me. My boy Jose. That's right. I'm the
Hey,
best. In the game.
Jose.
As long as you guys recognize, I'm the best in the game. Thank you.
You are, you are.
Anyways, yeah, no, I thought for sure Madeline was still going to somehow be alive, but then they didn't do that, and I was like, oh, okay, they're keeping her dead. That's fair.
It's an absolute travesty that Madeline is dead and fake Madeline is alive. This is bullshit.
Jean's the
Maddie-
OG though, man. Come on.
That's fake
Okay,
Madeline.
I'm
We don't
confused for a
know.
second.
We don't know when they were switched. That's fake Madeline. I'm here for the Goblin Queen forever.
Yeah, I'm here for Goblin. I need more Goblin Queen. We didn't get enough. We just got that one.
Honestly,
little
I do
taste.
want her back. There's
It
something
went way
about
too
her.
quick. Yeah.
It's-
Well, and then when Sinister's like, I can tell you when I switch, and she's like, it doesn't matter. I'm like, well, we want to know. Can you?
I know. I was like, what?
Yeah, right.
Queen? It does matter to me.
It's
Yeah.
the whole Rhodey thing. Like, when did he get switched? When it comes to Secret Wars, and they never like answer that. And it's like,
I think they will
Interesting.
answer that eventually, though.
I think yeah. they
Hopefully
have
in
to
Captain
now.
America.
Gambit,
Yeah.
Death, Wolverine War,
Oh,
Pestilence,
well,
Madeline
Armor
Pryor,
Wars at
Famine.
least.
There's a lot going on there, Micah. Whoa,
Yeah.
whoa.
Micah, though, has been pretty on point with a lot of this stuff. He
Micah
knows
is like our
stuff
X-Men
inside and out.
aficionado
Yeah,
because
man.
I am not an X-Men
Ooh.
aficionado. I'm just not.
Before I forget, I want to give a shout out to Seth in our Discord. He's often on Space Castle podcast.
Dude, Seth
He
is the goat.
actually caught a little Easter egg in the Magneto protocols. His aliases, they had they had Ian and a blank, and they had Michael and a blank. So it was a little
Ooh.
nod to the two
Michael
actors that
Fassbender
played him.
and
Yes,
Ian
that's
McKellen.
shit.
Yeah.
Love that.
I live for
I
those
don't
little
know.
crumbs.
How he picked that up or where he saw that, but I was like, that is such a cute
See,
little.
I
fun
always
Easter
appreciate
egg.
when people pick these
Shout out
things
to
up
you, for
because
real.
I don't pay attention enough. Like, I see them, but then like I see the screen grabs on Twitter. I'm like, oh, that's good.
I'm going where
Save it,
they're
save it.
telling me to go, so I miss the side things unless I'm watching it like I have to see something again. It's like at Disney, and Max, you're probably similar, like living in Orlando and going on the same ride over and over. You then start to look at the things you're not supposed to look at. So the people who pick out these Easter eggs, like they're looking where they're not supposed to look a lot of the time.
Yeah, that's true.
Yes.
So
Lauren, you need to meet up and go to Disney for sure, and we need to go do like an Easter egg hunt on rides, 100%.
Yes, find some hidden Mickeys.
Yeah. Oh,
Ooh,
Megan,
yes.
I'm just throwing this out there. Lauren's going to be up here in a couple weeks.
I
Just
am.
saying.
For
She's
what?
on her way to Pennsylvania, so she's going to swing through and stay at the house here
Ooh.
Thursday, Friday, and
Ooh.
then part of Saturday.
Oh,
Guys,
shoot.
stop.
Very nice.
My ego is through the roof right now.
So hot
Matt
right
Roth
now.
is
My
so hot
ego
right
is
now.
through the
Oh.
roof right now, guys. I'm never
Are we
going to be the
thirst
same man
trapping?
ever again. Shout out to my boy AJ and Lozano. I work with them, so. But
Oh.
you know
Where'd
what?
your mom go? She was going to drop some stories.
Yeah,
Yeah,
my
she-
mom
Yeah,
left.
your mom had some stuff. She was
I'm
gonna
glad my
text
mom left
Lauren.
because I'm being. Guys, stop! Like,
Look,
it's
she
hot
got
here.
your mom got so spicy and then just left.
Oh.
And-
No, she
Anthony,
said
who-
Lauren text her. I don't know why she said like she would have her number. Like, whatever. But yes, Lauren is
Oh,
coming
yeah,
up here in a
it's
couple weeks,
awesome.
the end of May. And I know you're only a couple hours away, but we're
Yeah.
gonna go to Busch Gardens one day and
Ooh.
whatnot.
We will
So
have children with us.
I will have to let you know because I have very
Bush
young
is here.
children.
yes. Yeah, I know. That's why
Oh,
I'm giving you a
fair.
2-week heads up. They're see,
Yeah,
my mom's still
appreciate
We
here.
will have kids with us as well.
Yes.
We will have
Okay,
kids.
your mom's like,
as well.
hey.
She's
What-
like, I'm here. What
Your
the
mom
fuck?
is hilarious.
Oh my god.
Can we go back to talking about how hot I am? Come on, guys. Guys,
Yeah,
come on.
Matt's
come
so
on.
hot.
Look at this. Look at this.
Oh.
This is what it's all
Paris
about. All
Hilton.
right. This is what it's all
Oh,
about.
yeah.
Right here. Right here.
Mhm. Matt will be starting an OnlyFans. This is actually like a segue into that. So stay tuned for that announcement soon, guys.
It's going to be called
Yes.
Hop's Feet News. We've been
Hops
talking
feet
about it
news,
for a while.
everybody.
while.
And Stacy is
Oh,
too. I'm
God.
gonna be meeting up with Good news. We're starting feet pics, everybody. Yes, that's how we're gonna fund our trip to San Diego Comic-Con next year.
There you go.
Oh,
You got to do what you got to do.
yeah.
But I do, as we do wrap up, because Lauren and I have a get. Oh, dude, we can't forget Max. Max is an absolute babe, dude. Look at this. Look at.
I'm
He's
blushing.
man. One shot this man. You're right. Look at him.
I
Straight
don't have anything to
stunning.
flex.
Well, Lauren,
as-
you're fucking beautiful yourself. So
You know what,
Thank you,
everybody,
you are
everybody
too.
tonight, everybody take
Yeah.
a bow. This is our
Thanks.
crew. Lauren's
is a
gonna
baddie.
bow, and then Megan's getting her
Megan, round of
moments
applause.
here.
Megan, round of applause.
thank you, Max.
Nice
As
little ego
we-
boost at the end.
Look, I love
Yes,
it.
and
This
We're
is
here
a
for the
fun
ego boost.
chat. You leave this
I know,
chat
having
feeling
so much
better than
fun.
yourself.
I gotta say, the episode started out wonky. I had technical issues. Apparently, it was on my end. Lauren was over here frozen. She went to her phone, but apparently, it was
Restarting everything, taking it off Wi-Fi.
my
Oh
Mac
my god.
Chrome over here. My Mac was busted, so I had to switch to the laptop. Normally, I'm podcasting and watching sports on this thing. Okay, to be honest with you guys, so I just switched to this thing, and then we switched back. So if you guys are out here, thank you for hanging out with us. Megan and Max, final thoughts on X-Men before we wrap up, and also Alan Dunn, man, our boy Alan. If you guys have it, I need to shout out. Sorry, another shout out. Alan is doing some fucking sick things in the comic book world right now. Check out Horace in Hell. Check out Grandma Chainsaw.
Ooh.
Dude, Alan is absolute straight stunner in the comic book business. Everything they do is amazing. You can check out some of the episodes we've talked with him, man. Trust
Hi,
me.
Alan.
Alan's
down.
amazing. Go in Chrome solo, Matt. Whatever. Anyways, you guys, final thoughts, and then let people know where they can find you guys as we wrap up here.
All right,
I
so-
say X-Men was a 97 out of 10.
A 97 out of 10.
Ooh.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Very juicy. Where can we go follow? Oh, well. All right. Well, I thought it was a wild ride. This season felt like 10 years long, but in a good way. And I am so excited for these cliffhangers. I'm so excited that we have another 2 seasons already greenlit, and I can't wait for more. I'm really psyched.
Yeah.
That was
Lauren,
beautiful.
I'm going to give it
Hey.
a 9 out of 10 because I got 6 reasons, and here's 3 more. And it's not a 10 because we didn't get enough
oh
Wolverine.
no,
That's all.
it's not 10.
Yeah.
You're right. I thought this was a 10 out of a 10 season. I think when people were talking today on like the Twitterverse and everything like that,
Mhm.
this needs to be talked about in the upper pantheons of Marvel as a whole. I think this is some of the best content Marvel's put out with like you can talk about this in Endgame, like kind of right there in my opinion.
Oh, I
I'm gonna
agree.
say
I
it.
think it's the best thing they've ever put out. Hands
I-
Very
down.
high quality project.
There was at no point any episodes because Marvel TV has suffered from like dips in quality throughout the episodes. There was not a single episode that maybe one. It was the Jubilee
was-
video game one.
Yeah, that was half and half.
Half and half. However, there was no episode where I was like, this was absolute garbage. Brr.
Well,
Straight bangers.
I
It's
liked
hard to
that
do.
episode too because we got to see the homie Guy Agostini do his thing
Yeah.
as Sunspot. So that was dope. And I was really excited for him.
There was a lot to love in that. And, Aurora got her, abilities back, and there was that whole kind of like creature business going on. And it was good. This is very hard to do 10 episodes of a show, let alone 10 episodes that are all absolute like 10s out of 10s. It's shout out to Bo. I know he's not the showrunner right now, which also is a whole another conversation of what happens after season 2, because he did season 1 and 2. Like, where do we go? But we're gonna have you guys back because I love you. You guys are awesome. I love you guys. Love you guys
We
so
love
much.
you.
It's always-
Or you guys can join us on Friday when we do a Nerd Initiative
Oh,
live
that's
to talk about
right.
X-Men 97.
What are
at
we? What's
7 p.m.
happening Friday, Megan? Why don't you let the masses know?
There is a live featuring me and I believe Max. And if you guys would like to join, we'll be talking X-Men 97 and it'll be Nerd Initiative live at 7 p.m.
Yes. We, for those who don't know as well, all 4 of us, Nerd Initiative, we do a lot of really cool things, whether it's movie reviews, TV reviews, comic reviews each and every week. Nerdinitiative.com is where you can find a lot of the comic reviews. Max is absolutely slaying it on the movie and TV reviews. Megan is also killing it. And Lauren, Dark Horse, is about to give you a stake in their company with how much they love you over there each and every week.
I actually pay them to share my stuff.
Hey, so can you boost my ego a little bit? You know what? We're gonna have Jose and AJ on for a sauced ones where we drink and watch a really bad movie, because that's a Patreon exclusive thing that Lauren and I are starting, where we're
Starting with Madam Web.
We're starting with Madam Web. Basically, it's
Ooh.
how many beers is it going to take before
We
a movie
haven't
is
seen it
actually
yet.
good? We haven't seen
I
Madam
haven't
Web
seen it
yet.
either.
So that's kind of like something that we're going to be starting. Patreon.com, Hops Geek News is where you can support the show. Join our Discord. In the Discord, it's like a family. Stacy's up in there. A lot of friends are in there. We just basically talk about life. We have channels for everything, Doctor Who to
What our Spotify
X-Men,
recommended
to what our
playlist was
Spotify
today.
recommended playlists of the day are. And Lauren gets a lot of divorced dad rock. I get a
No,
lot of
today
angsty
mine-
emo.
Today mine was when I took a picture. Mine was Actor Supernatural Wednesday evening.
Yes.
It was all Jensen Ackles singing, basically.
It's all that stuff.
That's a gift.
It was a gift. I
Easiest-
listened to it.
Easiest way to go is our link tree. So follow the links, and then podcasting platforms, Hops Geek News, all that good stuff. And then check out, dudes, guys, anime, we don't yet. However, Nerd Initiative, we are kind of looking for some anime to add into there. So be on the lookout for that kind of soon. We do talk
Shut
anime
up,
though in our
Anthony.
Discord channel, because Micah is into anime. I know, I said Micah. Why did I blank? DT, Jesus Christ, DT. Like we have such a diverse
Riley
group. Like,
likes anime.
Riley's into anime. Like we have something for everybody in our Discord channel. So if you follow our links, I'll set up a whole anime exclusive. I know Zach is into it. So we have a lot of people that are into that there. But hey, join it. Come be part of our family. Find our Facebook group, find our Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, all that good stuff. We will be back next week with Lauren, and I are actually about to hop off and go record an episode with Crafted Cores. They do kyber crystals for your Savvy's lightsabers. Yes, we're about to talk kyber crystals with those guys over there. And one last time, go show some love to the Roosevelts, folks, because shout out Steven. He made the brand what it is. These shirts are my favorite. And he, unfortunately, like I said at the beginning of the show, before all the technical difficulties got crazy, he passed away, and he was such a genuine human being. And yes, do that. Max, Megan, see you guys probably Friday. I love you guys so
Yes.
much. Lauren, I'm
We
going to
love
see you in
you.
30 seconds. So we'll be seeing you soon.
All right.
Everybody,
Well, bye, guys.
catch you
Bye.
guys soon.
Yes.
And
bye.
cheers.
Cheers.